Ken from Coffee Crafters with
Jason,
what's his name
with
over here
Hermetheus.
that has this thing that he put in my roaster, this appendage here, his automation thing. Okay, all joking aside, at the show, I've had a couple days now to talk to people coming through about the roaster and the features and whatever. There's a lot of interest in the automation, and one of the things that, if anybody knows me and heard me talk about automation in the last long time, I've never been a big fan because I didn't want it to be more complicated. But in my defense, I did tell Jason when I first met him that if we could have the easy button, and you could push the easy button and it would help make roasting easier, then I could buy into that. But one of the things after having him come out and at the factory and work with me for a couple of days, it truly on this machine creates an easy button, because with this one you don't have to mess with the loft during the roast, whatever. And from a functional standpoint, using the automation, you could actually start the roast, it lofts, does its thing, you don't have to adjust the loft during the roast, and you can do other things. You could package coffee, you can do whatever. So we're still selling this as a aftermarket part, and Jason's going to support it. But anyway, yeah, my name is Ken, and okay, I think automation is okay.
Yeah, I think I probably told you the wrong benefit about the device first, because what I was saying is it allows you to perfectly profile your coffee and match the temperatures, and that's for some people, it's not for everyone. But when you saw the productivity gains
it was
of the
really
device,
the productivity thing that sold me. Because,
that's when the light came on.
I'm used to standing by a fluid bed roaster with a conical hopper, right? So you have to babysit the loft. You're standing there anyway doing whatever. With this unit, you can actually walk away from it in the general area and work.
Yep.
If you were putting this in a coffee shop, and you told me this the first time I met you, take that automation to a coffee shop, show them how to start the computer, show them how to establish the loft, hit the start button and go do whatever you're going to do. I believe you could actually do that effectively with it without creating a big hassle. So, yeah.
So I have a Roaster Copilot that retrofits onto the Artisan series, but on the Roaster Copilot, you take the heat knob off and you put the Copilot in its place. So originally, as in a few months ago, I came out to fit the Copilot onto the Valenta, and that's when you saw it and the lights came on. You said, okay, we need to build it in. This needs to be a part. It wouldn't be
much work to build it into the side, give a power port for your power supply, and then also be able to switch it from manual to auto. So at any time during the roast, you could switch it to manual.
Yes.
When it's controlling, and control the roast manually.
Yep.
And it also helps too, because on this 7, if you're roasting 7-pound loads, it'll roast a 7-pound load on a warm machine to 440 degrees in about 8 to 8.5 minutes. You just turn it to manual, turn the heat up on high, establish the loft, and you're good to go for the whole time. So,
yep. Yeah, we've designed, there's just a single Molex connector that plugs this right into the heat relays of the Valenta. And so the switch essentially just gives control to either the manual heat knob or the Copilot, and you can switch back and forth as many times as you want. The whole time you're just using Artisan software. This will come shipped with the unit. It'll come shipped with about 12 different roast profiles, so you just touch a button for the roast profile that you want to match. Make sure it's on auto. Hit go, and then the roaster controls the heat from there. And like Ken said, the loft is so dead simple on the Valenta. You can literally do any other task you need to, and this will execute to a perfect roast. Yeah,
that was a new thing for us to learn, is that, on the conical hoppers, we get used to turning it down, during the roast, which is not a huge thing. But from a productivity standpoint, being able not to worry about the loft was a big thing, because you could, if you're in the area where your roast, because most people have their roaster in their packaging area, whatever, you can package coffee, make labels, do whatever, and it was cool. Oh, the other thing is, we were talking this morning about creating your own profiles, right? Mm-hmm. So you can actually plug it in to the Hermetheus unit, let it be your temperature reader, and you could save a profile that you're putting together yourself. If you're used to turning it up at a certain temperature, you can use your manual controls to create that, save that profile, pull it up later, put it in auto, and it'll follow the profile that you.
Absolutely. At a minimum, if you know when dry end happens, when first crack happens, and when your drop temperature happens, if you just know those 3 key points, you can enter those into Artisan software, and it creates a perfect graft for you. So yeah, it's easy to create your own profiles.
Anybody who knows me knows how painful it must be for me to make this video. But anyway, it's kind of a cool unit.
It is.
We're going to go
I'm
back
excited.
to work. There are people who want to look at the roaster, but anyway, we'll see you.
Thanks.